The Attorney General of Tamaulipas, Mexico, says 5 people have been arrested for aggravated kidnapping and intentional homicide. On Thursday, the Gulf Cartel said it turned over members that were involved, attaching this photo and a note apologizing for the deaths of the 2 Americans. The remains of those 2 Americans are now back in the United States after a recovery effort that took several days. The 2 Americans who survived are also back in the U.S. They said they were traveling for medical tourism, a rising trend of people traveling abroad to obtain medical treatment. A study estimated that in 2017, more than 1.4 million Americans traveled to various countries for medical care. According to a CDC survey, Mexico is the most popular destination, accounting for over 40% of medical tourism trips. But the State Department has issued a do not travel advisory for certain states in Mexico. So joining me now is Evie Poumpouras, former Secret Service special agent and the author of Becoming Bulletproof: Life Lessons from a Secret Service Agent. Evie, good morning. Welcome to the show. Mexican officials say they believe that these 4 Americans were caught in the middle of a conflict between dueling drug cartels and Matamoros, which is one of the areas under a do not travel advisory from the U.S. State Department. So can you explain for our viewers what a level 4 advisory means?
Level 4 is telling you don't go to this country. It is highly dangerous. And before you travel to any country, you should consult with the State Department. State Department's website will actually list country for you. And then you can go into that country and look at the destination you're going and what the threat level is. So you can see highlighted on the map there, level 4, the highest level in red, do not go. Also, the wonderful thing with going to the State Department's website, it'll tell you other things, simple things you should know, but may not think of, as what is the emergency phone number. Here in the United States, we have 911, but you don't know what the emergency number is overseas. Other things you can do is you can enroll in something called STEP. STEP lets you tell the embassy or the State Department in that country, hey, I am visiting this country. So if an emergency happens, something happens, that embassy, that foreign embassy can let you know, hey, they can send you a message or contact you. There's an emergency, come to us. Another thing you should know, if you go to a foreign country and you're in a situation, you don't know where to go, you don't want to go to the local authorities, know where the U.S. Embassy is. If you can get there, that is the safest place you can go. It's as if you're entering U.S. soil.
Evie, medical tourism, it's a booming industry in so many foreign countries. In Mexico alone, it brought in over $137 million in 2021. But what are the very real risks to those that are choosing to travel abroad for their medical care outside of just a risk of harm from this type of incident that happened in Matamoros?
It is a growing trend, and the primary reasons, it's cost, affordability. People can't afford healthcare in their own country. It's also culture. Sometimes people want to go to the country or the culture that they feel comfortable with, the language, or the treatment that they want is simply unavailable in countries. So a lot of people will go overseas for different things like even dental work. Dental work is so expensive in the U.S. It's one of the top things. Fertility treatments, cancer treatments, even cosmetic surgery, as was in this situation. So when you go to these countries and you do this, the thing is you run, first of all, with you don't know the level of care you're going to receive. You don't know the standard of that facility. You know, it's interesting because even in the president's detail, when we would go and assess hospitals, which we would decide which hospital was sufficient enough to give medical care to the president of the United States. People should know not all hospitals, not all facilities are equal. So just because somebody is practicing at a medical facility, you don't assume that you're going to get the same standard of care. You also run for the risk of infection. You go and do the procedure and then you leave. You don't know how your body's going to withstand. It's a very serious thing. People should really be thoughtful when they make these choices.
Evie, turning back to what happened in Matamoros, this Gulf Cartel, an unprecedented apology letter first obtained by the Associated Press, and the letter said, quote, "We are committed to ensure that these errors caused by indiscipline are not repeated. The guilty parties will pay regardless of who they are." I mean, Evie, this is really unusual. What stands out to you about it, and why is it significant that it's coming from a drug cartel?
You know, it's so interesting. They're issuing an apology. They don't feel bad. They don't want to be labeled as a terrorist group. That is why they did that. They don't want the heat that will be brought on top of them because they've been operating on this level for so long. And you know what's interesting? What about the thousands of Mexicans and Mexican Americans that they have killed? Where is the apology for those people? So I really don't think we should be blinded and look at this and say, oh, look, they issued an apology. We need to understand this is a drug cartel. These cartels on the borders control those areas. It is highly dangerous there for the people that live there. Even as a journalist, it's difficult to even report stories. The police are corrupt. So we should really look at this and really put the assets to control this, because the drug cartels at the borders have really gone above and beyond. But it's purely for self-interest. They don't want to be labeled as a terrorist organization. They don't want that type of heat because they want to continue to do their business. Cocaine and marijuana are the top two drugs that the cartels smuggle up through the border of Mexico.